So here we are, day number 50. These are my stats so far, 927 total. Day 50, which means we have spent 63 hours now, I think, on this account. So if you played a ton, like the top page no-lifers of this game that play like 15 hours a day, this is basically where your account would be after 4 days. 133 quest points. I could get that up really quick. Like, we're basically at Barrow's Gloves because there's a lot of easy quests that give lots of quest points that I still have to do. Right now, this account has 53 EHP, which means we're 10 hours behind, which I think is actually pretty decent considering we have 133 quest points. We've been doing Motherlode Mine now for a fair amount of time, and it is below the EHP mining rate. Not only that, but EHP assumes that you're using alts, or basically that you have infinite money. Like, they have almost no time allocated to making money. So they either assume that you're making money from merching or off alts, which is a huge difference from this account where I am actually making my own money, not using any alts, and just making it without. So the fact that I'm pretty close to EHP right now is, I would say, pretty good. And just something really quick, I've been getting a few comments about certain things not being efficient, what I'm doing. But basically with this account, usually like by default when you talk about efficiency in RuneScape, you kind of are assuming that the end goal is max total or 200 mil all. So some of the things I do in this series may not seem efficient because you are in the mindset of max total, which is not the goal of this account. If you guys have watched the series, video 1, I talked about all the goals I have for this account when I'm going to be done with it. For skilling wise, it's get all hard diaries done, which should get me about level 65 to 70 in all skills. Some people might argue that you should like just always assume that you're going for max total when thinking about efficiency, but I don't really agree with that because that's gonna, for people that don't play very much, that's gonna make the game very boring. They're gonna have to sit and grind out a skill for a long time before they can do other stuff. If they want to be efficient, for example, you're not supposed to do agility until you've hit 99 fishing, because you get up to 70 something agility from fishing. So if a player wants to go do some other part of the game that requires agility, they can't do that until they get 99 fishing, as one example. So you could make the same argument for what I'm doing for the goals I have set, that it could make it boring for a player to have to get certain stats before they can go and do other stuff. But there's a big difference between max total and the goals I've set. I feel like the goals I've set are achievable by a much larger portion of the community than max total. So while there still will be some people that have a hard time following this series, it'd be a lot easier than if I was showing the route to go for max total. So enough of that, let's get into what we're doing this week. So last week we got to 63 mining. This week you're going to keep doing Motherlode Mine until you get your full prospector. For me, that was like in the middle of level 66. I got my prospector. So from 63 to 66 mining, that is about 4 hours, getting 32k XP per hour. So after that, I headed over to the GE and sold some of my, or actually all my ores and most of my gems that I got from this. So I ended up making about 1.5 mil off of the Motherlode Mine. So right next to the entrance to Motherlode Mine, just a little bit to the west of it, there's another door you can go through, and that is the door to the mining guild, which is where we're going to be heading to next. You want to wear your full prospector, except for your plate body. You want to wear your Varrock plate body instead. You want to go to the south end of the mine. You'll have to go through another door. There should be a bank chest, and then just east of the bank chest there is a couple spots with 3 iron rocks right next to each other, like the spot I'm in right now. So some of the cool things about the mining guild, why it's worth mining here, is because rocks respawn 2 times as quick. You also get a +7 mining boost that's invisible, so that means you can't mine like Addy when you're 63 mining. So basically what the invisible mining boost does is it speeds up how quick you mine, which doesn't really matter to us since we're just doing iron, but the respawn does help us. This is actually, I think, quicker than 3-tick mining over in Arty. Because with the dragon pickaxe you can actually 2-tick rocks. That's one of the perks of the dragon pickaxe, I'm pretty sure. While if you were 3-ticking at Arty, I don't think you can really 2-tick the rocks, or else that kind of messes up the cycle, I think. Either way, Arty is not better than here. At best, it's equal. But this place, the mining guild's much easier than 3-tick mining over in Arty. And we're going to be mining here from level 66 to 70 mining, which should take about 3 hours and 20 minutes. That is getting 73k XP per hour. So after that mining, we're going to do some more quests. First up is making history, which should take about 7 minutes. After that, we're going to do Tale of Two Cats, which is about an 11-minute quest, and you get 2 XP lamps off that quest. Use both of those on Slayer, and after that, we're going to be doing Cold War, which is about 18 minutes, and doing all those together should take about 40 minutes. So after those quests, we're going to get our crafting up a bit. So the way we're going to get our crafting up is by cutting rubies. So from 41 to 49 crafting, we're going to cut 595 rubies. That should take about 14 minutes. That's getting 215k XP per hour. You can sell your D pickaxe now. We won't be needing that. I'd recommend putting your D pickaxe in to sell while you're doing your crafting so that you don't have to put it down for a really low price. You can put it in for like mid or whatever and just wait for it to sell while you're doing your crafting. And after you finish your crafting, you're going to want to buy supplies for 60 fletching. So you're going to want to go ahead and buy 13,401 mithril dart tips along with that many feathers. And that is enough for 52 to 60 fletching. That should take 0 time because you want to fletch those darts while doing quests that we have upcoming or agility that we will also be doing here pretty soon. And I forgot to get my darts once again for these quests, but we got 3 more quests to do this week. The first up is Hand in the Sand. That should take about 8 minutes. Up next is Death Plateau. That should also take about 8 minutes. And Troll Stronghold, which is 7 minutes. And that should take about 25 minutes in total to do those 3 quests. And that is pretty much it for this week. That's where I got to. You want to make sure you're remembering to check your teak trees on Fossil Island every 5 days at least. This week I got to 52 farming, which means I can now plant mahogany trees with a garden pie, which boosts you 3 farming levels. So that's what I'll be doing from here on out. So like I predicted last video, this video is quite a bit shorter, and next video, sad to say, is probably going to be even shorter than this video because we're going to be grinding out 1 skill for pretty much the entire video, I think. But yeah, thank you all for watching, and see you in the next video.